national team and vying to become the junior men's all-around champion of the 2026 Xfinity U.S. Gymnastics Championships. And now the junior men's gymnasts that have qualified for the 2026 Xfinity U.S. Championships. Starting off on floor for 52.80, Mason Martin. For Houston Academy, Dominic Camarena. For Alamo Center, Diego Quiros. For Lakeshore Academy of Mount Prospect, Bo McCrae. For 52.80, Rocco Aragon. For Houston Academy, Andres Aranda. And for South Lake Academy, Tenoch Diaz. Starting off on pommel horse, for USA Youth Fitness Center, Caden Salado. For Capital Virginia, Jovan Jimeno. For Cypress Academy, Hunter Reingold. For Gymnastics World, Peyton Borner. For Capital Virginia, Jason Howe. For Cypress Academy, Hunter Egan. For Texas Dreams, Simon Pochinka. And for Gymnastics USA, Ilya Denichenko. Starting off on rings, for Evo, Keegan Shemluck. For GTC of Ohio, Simon McEwen. For Evo, Jackson Kuricki. For Evo, Jake Wazolik. For Evo, Elijah Connor. For Premier Academy West, Vanden Hawk. For Evo, Brock Strickland. And for Evo, Finn Boatman. Starting off on vault, for Nova, Joshua Nunez Jr. For Mini Hops, Asher Corbett. For Prestige, Brody Schuller. For Coach Patty's, William Rebar. For Integrity, Jackson Wilson. For Scats, Hayden Brown. For Mini Hops, Dean Murray. And for Momentum, Abe Stewart. Starting off on parallel bars, for Top Contenders Academy, Nico Macario. For Gym Tech, London Norris. For Z&Z Center, Elias Edwards. For Alpha, J.J. Pecking. For Surgeons Elite, Tyler Malecki. For Top Contenders Academy, Thomas Bell. For Infinity, Elijah Gutierrez. And starting off on high bar, for Gymnastics Olympica USA, Nixon Miles. For University of Michigan, Troy Holman. For University of Nebraska, Ty Herzing. For Gymnastics Olympica USA, Yotam Gabe. For University of Nebraska, Daniel Sanjuanico. And for University of Oklahoma, Jesse Hanney. These are the junior men competing in the 2026 Xfinity U.S. Championships. At this time, we invite you to rise if you're able, remove your hats, and direct your attention to our nation's colors for the playing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs
Thank you. Gymnasts may now prepare for competition in today's Xfinity U.S. Championships for junior men. Gymnasts may now begin to warm up for rotation 1. This is the first of 2 days of competition for junior men. Individual event scores and up-to-the-moment standings will appear on the arena scoreboards. Scores for each athlete on each apparatus on each day will be added together to determine final placement on each apparatus and in the all-around competition. An award ceremony will follow Saturday's final session, honoring the top 3 16-year-olds and the top 3 17-year-olds on each apparatus and in the all-around competition. Medals on vault will be awarded to the top scoring gymnasts that attempt and complete 2 separate vaults that are varied. Saturday's award ceremony will also include the first ever introduction of the 2026 members of the junior men's national team. As for scoring, each gymnastics routine will be judged on the merits of content and the athletic execution of that content. The score for each routine is determined by adding together the routine's difficulty score and the execution score. And now introducing the USA Gymnastics judges for the 2026 Xfinity U.S. Championships men's competition. On the superior jury and video review panel are Dan Bachman and Butch Zunick. The competition director is Celeste Hamill. Judging on floor are Adam Hattersley, Kathy Sue Rupp, Paul Evatt, and Mike Kurth. On pommel horse, Sho Nakamori, Tim Michaels, Aaron Fortunato, and Lenny Lucarello. The judges on rings are Nat Hammond, Jonathan Corbett, Craig Nesbitt, and Eric Briley. Judging on vault today are Nate Dodson, Tom McNamee, Scott Schaefer, and Joe Rank. Judging on parallel bars are Dave Johnson, Andy Brown, Cameron Sweeney, and Devin DeBacher. And on high bar, Michael Ash, Tom Cutt, Bob Cass, and George Crank. Show your love for gymnastics and your appreciation of the gymnast by making sure that the flash on your camera or phone is turned off. Please take the time now to look down, find that flash setting on your phone or camera, and turn it to the off position. And remember, no photos or video from the event may be used or posted online for any commercial purpose. The gymnasts thank you for your concern for their safety. Off on floor for 5280, Mason Martin. On pommel horse for USA Flares, Caden Salado. On rings for Evo, Keegan Shemluck. On vault for Nova, Joshua Nunez. On parallel bars for top contenders, Nico Macario. And now on high bar for Gym Olympica, Nixon Miles. Caden Salado of USA Flyers on pommel horse. Up next on pommels for Capital Virginia, Javon Gimeno. That was Joshua Nunez of Nova on vault. Keegan Shemluck of Evo on rings. Coming up next on pommel horse for Capital Virginia, Javon Jimenez. Up next on rings for GTC, Simon McEwen. And coming up on vault for mini hops, Asher Corbett. Asher Corbett of mini hops on vault. Nico Macario of top contenders on parallel bars. Up next on P bars for Gym Tech will be London Norris. Coming up next on vault for Prestige, Brody Schiller. Nixon Miles of Gym Olympica on high bar. Coming up next on high bar for University of Michigan will be Troy Holman. Up next on floor for HGA will be Dominic Camarena. Brody Schiller of Prestige on vault. Coming up next on vault for Team Legacy will be William Rebar. Now on rings for GTC of Ohio, Simon McEwen. That was Javon Gimeno of Capital Virginia on pommel horse. Up next on pommels for Cypress Academy will be Hunter Reingold. Dominic Camarena of HCA on floor. Coming up next on floor for Alamo will be Diego Quiros. William Rebar of Team Legacy on vault. Simon McEwen of GTC Ohio on rings. Up next on vault for Integrity will be Jackson Wilson. Coming up next on rings for Evo, Jackson Korecki. London Norris of Gym Tech on parallel bars. Up next on P-bars for Alpha Washington, JJ Packing. Troy Holman of Michigan on high bar. Coming up next on high bar for Nebraska, Ty Herzing. Jackson Wilson of Integrity on vault. Coming up on vault for mini hops will be Dean Murray. Hunter Reingold of Cypress Academy on pommel horse. Coming up next on pommels for Gym World will be Peyton Borner. Dean Murray of mini hops on vault. Coming up next on vault for momentum will be Abe Stewart. Diego Quiros of Alamo on floor. Coming up next on floor for Lakeshore, Bo McCray. Ty Herzing of Nebraska on high bar. Up next on high bar for Gym Olympica will be Yotam Gabe. Jackson Korecki of Evo on rings. JJ Packing of Alpha on parallel bars. And that was Abe Stewart of Momentum on vault. Peyton Borner of Gym World on pommel horse. Coming up next on pommels for Capital Virginia will be Jason Howell. Up next on rings for Evo, Jake Wazolik. Coming up on parallel bars for Surgeons Elite, Tyler Malecki. Now on floor for Lakeshore, Bo McCray. high bar for Gym Olympica, Yotam Gabe. Jason Howe of Capital Virginia on pommel horse. Up next on pommels for Cypress Academy will be Hunter Egan.
Let's go, Tyler, come on!
Now on parallel bars for Surgeons Elite, Tyler Malecki.
Let's go, Tyler, come on! You got this, Tyler, let's go! Let's go, Tyler, come on!
Cole McRae of Lakeshore Gymnastics on floor. Up next on floor for 5280 will be Rocco Aragon.
Let's go, Tyler, come on.
Yotam Gabe of Gym Olympica on high bar.
Let's go,
Coming up on high bar for Nebraska, Daniel Sanjuanico.
There we go, Tyler, come on. Get it, Tyler. Come on now. Let's go, put it down. Nice. There you go, all right.
Tyler Malecki of Surgeons Elite on parallel bars. Coming up on P-bars for top contenders will be Thomas Bell. Jake Wazolik of Evo on rings. Up next on rings for Evo will be Elijah Connor. Hunter Egan of Cypress Academy on pommel horse. Coming up next on pommels for Texas Dreams will be Simon Pochinka. Now on pommel horse for Texas Dream, Simon Pochinka. Now on parallel bars for top contenders, Thomas Bell. Rocco Aragon of 5280 on floor. Now on high bar for Nebraska, Daniel Sanjuanico. Coming up next on floor for HGA will be Andres Aranda. Simon Pochinka of Texas Dreams on pommel horse. Up next on pommels for Gym USA will be Ilya Danielchenko. Daniel Sanjuanico of Nebraska on high bar. Up next on high bar for Oklahoma will be Jesse Haney. Elijah Connor of Evo on rings. Coming up on rings for Premier West will be Vanden Hawk. Ilya Danilchenko of Gym USA on pommel horse. Andres Aranda of HGA on floor. Coming up next on floor will be Tenoch Diaz for South Lake. Jesse Haney of University of Oklahoma on high bar.
Come on! Go, Goody! Let's go, Elijah! Come on, Elijah, let's go! Work! Work, Elijah!
Now on rings for Premier West, Vanden Hawk.
Go! Work, Goody! Work! Work! Right! Good!
Elijah Gutierrez of Infinity on parallel bars. Now on floor for South Lake, Tenoch Diaz. Vanden Hawk of Premier West on rings. Coming up next on rings for Evo will be Brock Strickland. Tenoch Diaz of South Lake on floor. Now on rings for Evo, Brock Strickland. Mark Strickland of Evo on rings. Coming up next on rings for Evo will be Finn Boatman. Now on rings for Evo, Finn Boatman. Finn Boatman of Evo on rings. This concludes competition in the first rotation. Gymnasts may now advance to their next event in the 2024 Xfinity U.S. Championships. Gymnasts may now begin the warm-up for rotation 2.
Sonia and Gerald trust Prevagen for their brains, and this is their story.
I'm Sonia.
And I'm Gerald, and we live in Jacksonville, Florida.
We are both military veterans, and we provide dental care for underserved communities. We have a very busy life.
We take Prevagen for our brains.
I would honestly say I like the way that Prevagen makes me feel. At the end of the day, I feel confident and amazing.
Prevagen has been the #1 selling brain supplement nationwide for over 10 years.
With one rotation down and 5 to go, here are your current top 3 in the all-around for each age group here at the U.S. Gymnastics Championships presented by Xfinity. Let's start with those 16-year-olds. Currently in 3rd place for Lakeshore Gymnastics, Bo McCrae. In 2nd place for mini hops, Dean Murray. And leading the way so far with a 14.268 earned on floor, it's Andres Aranda of HGA. And your top 3 for the 17-year-old age group. In 3rd place for Prestige, Brody Schiller. In 2nd place for Gym Tech, London Norris. And leading the way with a 14.381 for Integrity Athletics, Jackson Wilson. This concludes the warm-up, and competition resumes with the start of rotation 2. Starting off on floor for Michigan, Troy Holman. On pommel horse for HGA, Dominic Camarena. On rings for Capital Virginia, Jovan Gimeno. On vault for GTC of Ohio, Simon McEwen. On parallel bars for mini hops, Asher Corbett. And now on high bar for Gym Tech, London Norris. Simon McEwen of GTC Ohio on vault. Up next on vault for Evo will be Jackson Korecki. Dominic Camarena of HGA on pommel horse. Up next on pommels for Alamo will be Diego Quiros.
Got it.
Asher Corbett of mini hops on parallel bars. London Norris of Gym Tech on high bar. Javon Gimeno of Capital on rings. Troy Holman of Michigan on floor. Jackson Korecki of Evo on vault. Now on pommel horse for Alamo, Diego Quiros. Coming up next on floor for Nebraska will be Ty Herzing. Up next on rings for Cypress Academy will be Hunter Reingold. Coming up on P-bars for Prestige, Brody Schiller. London Norris of Gym Tech on high bar. That's Jackson Korecki of Evo on vault. Diego Quiros of Alamo on pommel horse. Hunter Reingold of Cypress Academy on rings. Coming up on pommel horse for Lake Shore will be Bo McCray. Up next on rings for Gym World will be Peyton Borner. Jake Wazolik of Evo on vault. Up next on vault for Evo will be Elijah Connor. Ty Herzing of Nebraska on floor. Up next on floor for Gym Olympica will be Yotam Gabe. Now on vault for Evo, Elijah Connor. Elijah Connor of Evo on vault. Bo McCray of Lake Shore on pommel horse. Up next on vault for Premier West will be Vanden Hake. Coming up next on pommel horse for 5280, Rocco Aragon. Now on rings for Gym World, Peyton Borner. Now on parallel bars for Team Legacy, William Rebar. And now on high bar for Alpha Washington, J.J. Packing. JJ Packing of Alpha Washington on high bar. Peyton Borner of Gym World on rings. Bandon Hake of Premier West on vault. Coming up next on vault for Evo will be Brock Strickland. Up next on parallel bars for Integrity will be Jackson Wilson. Yotam Gabe of Gym Olympica on floor. Up next on high bar for Surgeons Elite, Tyler Malecki. Rocco Aragon of 5280 on pommel horse. Coming up next on floor for Nebraska will be Daniel Sanjuanico. Now on vault for Evo, Brock Strickland. Up next on pommel horse for HGA will be Andres Aranda. Brock Strickland of Evo on vault. Up next on vault for Evo will be Finn Boatman. Now on rings for Capital Virginia, Jason Howe. That was Tyler Malecki of Surgeons Elite on high bar. Finn Boatman of Evo on vault. Up next on high bar for top contenders will be Thomas Bell. Coming up on vault for Evo, Keegan Shemla.
You know what to do. Let's go. Let's go. 6. Yeah.
Jackson Wilson of Integrity on parallel bars. Jason Howe of Capital Virginia on rings. Up next on parallel bars for Scats will be Hayden Brown. Coming up on rings for Cypress Academy, Hunter Egan. Daniel Sanjuanico of Nebraska on floor. Now on high bar for top contenders, Thomas Bell. Andres Aranda of HCA on pommel horse. Coming up next on pommels for South Lake, Tenoch Diaz. Now on vault for Evo, Keegan Shemluck. Thomas Bell of top contenders on high bar. Keegan Shemluck of Evo on vault. Now on rings for Cypress Academy, Hunter Egan. Now on floor for Oklahoma, Jesse Haney. Up next on high bar for Infinity will be Elijah Gutierrez. Hunter Egan of Cypress Academy on rings. Henot Diaz of South Lake on pommel horse. Hayden Brown of Scats on parallel bars. Coming up next on parallel bars for mini hops will be Dean Murray. Up next on rings for Texas Dream, Simon Pochinka. And coming up on pommel horse for 5280, Mason Martin. Next up on floor for Oklahoma will be Dixon Miles for Gym Olympica. Elijah Gutierrez of Infinity on high bar. Now on pommel horse for 5280, Mason Martin. Now on rings for Texas Dreams, Simon Pochinka. Mason Martin for 5280 on pommel horse. Simon Pochinka of Texas Dreams on rings. Now on parallel bars for mini hops, Dean Murray. Up next on rings for Gym USA will be Ilya Danilchenko. Nico Macario of Top Contenders on high bar. Dean Murray of mini hops on parallel bars. Coming up next on P bars for momentum will be Abe Stewart. Now on rings for Gym USA, Ilya Danilchenko. Ilya Danilchenko of Gym USA on rings. Coming up next on rings for USA Flares will be Caden Salado. Up next on parallel bars for momentum will be Abe Stewart. for Momentum, Abe Stewart.
Come on now. You know this year. Come on.
Now on rings for USA Flares, Caden Salado. Abe Stewart of Momentum on parallel bars. Coming up on parallel bars for Nova will be Joshua Nunez. Caden Salado of USA Flares on rings. Now on parallel bars for Nova, Joshua Nunez.
Let's go, JJ. Come on. Come on.
Joshua Nunez of Nova on parallel bars. This concludes competition in the second rotation. Gymnasts may now advance to their third event on the first day of the 2026 U.S. Championships presented by Xfinity. Gymnasts may now begin the warm-up for rotation 3.
These are my teeth. A few overlap.
Others are straight, crooked, and capped.
Oral-B Electric cleans better with one simple touch.
No matter what kind of teeth, you gotta brush.
Oral-B's dentist-inspired round brush head hugs them, cleans them, gets in between, going where regular brushes don't reach, so teeth get 100% better clean. These are my teeth, the key to my look.
And here's how I perfectly clean every nook.
Your perfect clean starts with Oral-B.
We are a third of the way through the first of 2 days of competition for junior men at the Xfinity U.S. Championships. Let's take a look at the top three in each age group. Starting off with 16-year-olds, currently third in the all-around for mini hops, Dean Murray. In second place for Team Legacy, William Rebar. And leading the contest so far with a 27.092 in the all-around for Evo, Elijah Connor. And for the 17-year-olds, the top three look like this. In third place for Prestige, Brody Schuller. In second place for Evo, Jackson Korecki. And leading the way with a 26.962 in the all-around for Integrity Athletics, Jackson Wilson. This concludes the warm-up, and competition resumes with the start of rotation 3. Starting off on floor for Alpha Washington, J.J. Packing. On pommel horse for Nebraska, Ty Herzing. On rings for Alamo, Diego Quiros. On vault for Cypress Academy, Hunter Reingold. On parallel bars for Evo, Jake Wazolik. And now on high bar for Prestige, Brody Schuller. Hunter Reingold of Cypress Academy on vault. Tyler Herzing of Nebraska on pommel horse. Diego Quiros of Alamo on rings. Jake Wazalek of Evo on parallel bars. Coming up on vault for Gym World, Peyton Borner. Brody Schuller of Prestige on high bar. J.J. Packing of Alpha on floor. Coming up on floor for Surgeons Elite, Tyler Malecki. Up next on pommels for Gym Olympica, Yotam Gabe. Next up on rings for Lakeshore, Bo McCrae. Now on vault for Gym World, Peyton Borner. Up next on P-bars for Evo, Elijah Connor. Peyton Borner of Gym World on vault. And up next on high bar for Team Legacy will be William Rebar. For Team Legacy, William Rebar. Yotam Gabe of Gym Olympica on pommel horse. Elijah Connor of Evo, now on parallel bars.
Go, Elijah!
Now on vault for Capital Virginia, Jason Howell. Jason Howe of Capital on vault. Up next on vault for Cypress Academy will be Hunter Egan.
Nice. Work. Come on now. Go. Good. Put it down. Go. Let's go. Work.
Elijah Connor of Evo on parallel bars. Up next on P-bars for Premier West will be Vanden Hake. Bo McCrae of Lakeshore Gymnastics on rings. Up next on rings for 5280, Rocco Aragon. Now on vault for Cypress Academy, Hunter Egan. Tyler Malecki of Surgeons Elite on floor. Coming up next on floor for Top Contenders, Thomas Bell. Hunter Egan of Cypress Academy on vault. Coming up on vault for Texas Dream, Simon Pochinka. William Rebar of Team Legacy on high bar. Up next on high bar for Integrity Athletics will be Jackson Wilson.
Finish it up.
Now on pommel horse for Nebraska, Daniel Sanjuanico. Now on parallel bars for Premier West, Vanden Hake. Now on floor for Top Contenders, Thomas Bell. Now on vault, Simon Pochinka. Simon Pochinka of Texas Dreams on vault. Up next on vault for Gym USA will be Ilya Danielchenko. Now on rings for 5280, Rocco Aragon. Vanden Hake of Premier West on parallel bars. Coming up next on P bars for Evo, Brock Strickland. Rocco Aragon of 5280 on rings. Ilya Danielchenko of Gym USA on vault. Thomas Bell of Top Contenders on floor. Coming up next on floor for Infinity will be Elijah Gutierrez. Up next on pommel horse for Oklahoma will be Jesse Haney. Jackson Wilson of Integrity Athletics on high bar. Coming up on rings for HGA will be Andres Aranda. Up next on vault for USA Flares, Caden Salado. And the next athlete on high bar for mini hops will be Dean Murray. Jesse Haney of Oklahoma on pommel horse. Coming up next on pommels for Gym Olympica will be Nixon Miles. Brock Strickland of Evo on parallel bars. Up next on P bars for Evo will be Finn Boatman. Now on vault for USA Flares, Caden Salado. Andres Aranda of HGA on rings. Coming up next on rings for South Lake, Tenoch Diaz. Caden Salado of USA Flares on vault. Up next on vault for Capital Virginia will be Jovan Jimeno. Dean Murray of mini hops on high bar. Coming up next on high bar for momentum, Abe Stewart.
Finish strong. Let's go. Put it down. Let's go.
Elijah Gutierrez of Xfinity on floor. Up next on floor for top contenders will be Nico Macario. Nixon Miles of Gym Olympica on pommel horse. Coming up next on pommels for Michigan will be Troy Holman. Now on vault for Capital, Jovan Gimeno. Jovan Gimeno of Capital, Virginia on vault. Now on rings for South Lake, Tenoch Diaz.
Come on, Finn. Got it. Come on now. Nice. Work. Good. Come on, Finn. Let's go. Down here. Come on, Finn. Put it down. Find it. Yeah. Great job, Finn.
Finn Boatman of Evo on parallel bars. Up next on P-bars for Evo will be Keegan Shemluck. Abe Stewart of Momentum on high bar. Coming up on high bar for Nova, Joshua Nunez. Tenoch Diaz of South Lake on rings. Coming up next on rings for 5280, Mason Martin. Now on floor for top contenders, Nico Macario. Now on high bar for Nova, Joshua Nunez. Now on rings for 5280, Mason Martin. Nico Macario of top contenders on floor. Coming up next on floor for Gym Tech will be London Norris. Moments ago on parallel bars for Evo, Keegan Shemluck. Troy Holman of University. Mason Martin of 5280 on rings. Coming up next on rings for HGA, Dominic Camarena. Keegan Shemluck of Evo on parallel bars. Joshua Nunez of Nova on high bar. Up next on parallel bars for GTC Ohio, Simon McEwen. Coming up next on high bar for mini hops, Asher Corbett. Now on rings for HGA, Dominic Camarena. Dominic Camarena of HGA on rings. London Norris of Gym Tech on floor. Now on parallel bars for GTC Ohio, Simon McEwen.
Put this down. Let's go. Come on. Let's go. You got it. Let's go. Stop.
Asher Corbett of Mini Hops on high bar. Simon McEwen of GTC of Ohio on parallel bars. This concludes competition in the third rotation. Gymnasts may now advance to their fourth event in the 2026 Xfinity U.S. Championships. Gymnasts may now begin the warm-up for rotation 4. A quick look at the standings for junior men at the halfway point of the first day of the 2026 Xfinity U.S. Gymnastics Championships. For 16-year-olds, in third place for Lakeshore, Bo McRae. In second place for Capital, Jason Howe. And leading the way with a 40.83 in the all-around, Evo's Elijah Connor. And your top three among 17-year-olds. Currently in third place for Evo, that's Keegan Shemlock. In second place for Prestige, Brody Schuller. And leading the way in the all-around at the halfway point today with a 39.026 score for Cypress Academy, Hunter Egan. This concludes the warm-up, and competition resumes with the start of rotation 4. Starting off on floor for Team Legacy, William Rebar. On pommel horse for Alpha, J.J. Packing. On rings for Gym Olympica, Yotam Gabe. On vault for Lakeshore, Bo McRae. On parallel bars for Gym World, Peyton Borner. And on high bar for Evo, Jake Wazolik. Bo McRae of Lakeshore on vault.
Come on, bud. Let's get it, baby. You got it. Yep. Come on. Get it up. Yes!
Peyton Borner of Gym World on parallel bars. Up next on vault for 5280, Rocco Aragon. Yotam Gabe of Gym Olympica on rings. Jake Wazolik of Evo on high bar. JJ Packing of Alpha on pommel horse. Up next on pommels for Surgeons Elite will be Tyler Malecki. Up next on rings for Nebraska, Daniel Sanjuanico. William Rebar of Team Legacy on floor. Up next on floor for Integrity, Jackson Wilson. Coming up on parallel bars for Capital, Jason Howe. And coming up on high bar for Evo, Elijah Connor. Rocco Aragon of 5280 on vault. Coming up next on vault for HGA, Andres Aranda. Now on high bar for Evo, Elijah Connor. Now on pommel horse for Surgeons Elite, Tyler Malecki. Now on floor for Integrity, Jackson Wilson. And now on P-bars for Capital, Jason Howe.
Let's go, Tyler. Come on.
Now on vault for HGA, Andres Aranda. Andres Aranda of HGA on vault. Up next on vault for South Lake, Tenoch Diaz. Jason Howe of Capital on parallel bars. Up next on P-bars for Cypress Academy, Hunter Egan. Elijah Connor of Evo on high bar. Up next on high bar for Premier West, Vanden Hake. Tyler Malecki of Surgeons Elite on pommel horse. Jackson Wilson of Integrity on floor. Up next on floor for mini hops, Dean Murray. Now on rings for Nebraska, Daniel Sanjuanico. Tanoch Diaz of South Lake on vaults. Up next on pommel horse for top contenders will be Thomas Bell. Coming up on vault for 5280, Mason Martin. And up next on parallel bars for Texas Dream, Simon Pochinka. Now on high bar for Premier West, Vanden Hake. Daniel Sanjuanico of Nebraska on rings. Up next on rings for Oklahoma, Jesse Haney. Now on vault for 5280, Mason Martin. Thomas Bell of top contenders on pommel horse. Mason Martin of 5280 on vaults. Up next on pommels for Infinity, Elijah Gutierrez. Coming up on vault for HGA, Dominic Camarena. Vanden Hake of Premier West on high bar. Coming up on high bar for Evo, Brock Strickland. That was Dean Murray of mini hops on floor. Now on rings for Oklahoma, Jesse Haney. Up next on floor for momentum will be Abe Stewart. Hunter Egan of Cypress Academy on parallel bars. Dominic Camarena of HGA on vaults. Up next on vault for Alamo will be Diego Quiroz. Jesse Haney of Oklahoma on rings. Up next on rings for Gym Olympica, Nixon Miles. Now on vault for Alamo, Diego Quiroz. Diego Quiroz of Alamo on vault. Now on high bar for Evo, Brock Strickland. Elijah Gutierrez of Infinity on pommel horse. Up next on pommels for top contenders will be Nico Macario. Brock Strickland of Evo on high bar. Now on rings for Gym Olympica, Nixon Miles. Coming up on high bar for Evo, Finn Boatman. Simon Pachinka of Texas Dreams on parallel bars. Nixon Miles of Gym Olympica on rings. Up next on parallel bars for Gym USA, Ilya Danilchenko. Coming up on rings for Michigan will be Troy Holman. Now on high bar for Evo, Finn Boatman. Coming up on floor for Nova, Joshua Nunez. Finn Boatman of Evo on high bar. Up next on high bar for Evo will be Keegan Shemluck.
Come on, Nico!
Ilya Danilchenko of Gym USA on parallel bars. Up next on P-bars for USA Flares, Caden Salado.
Come on now!
Nico Macario of Top Contenders on pommel horse. Up next on pommels for Gym Tech will be London Norris. Troy Holman of Michigan on rings. Up next on rings for Nebraska, Ty Herzing. Now on high bar for Evo, Keegan Shemluck. Joshua Nunez of Nova on floor. Up next on floor for mini hops will be Asher Corbett. Now on pommel horse for Gym Tech, London Norris. Keegan Shemluck of Evo on high bar. Up next on high bar for GTC of Ohio will be Simon McEwen. Caden Salado of USA Flares on pommel horse. Up next on pommels for Capital will be Javon Gimeno. On floor for mini hops, Asher Corbett. On parallel bars for USA Flares, Caden Salado. high bar for GTC Ohio, Simon McEwen. Now on parallel bars for USA Flares, Caden Salado. Ty Herzig of Nebraska on rings. Simon McEwen of GTC Ohio on high bar. Caden Salado of USA Flares on parallel bars. Coming up next on parallel bars for Capital will be Javon Jimeno. Simon McEwen of GTC Ohio on high bar. Coming up next on floor for Prestige will be Brody Schuller. Now on parallel bars for Capital, Javon Jimeno. Brody Schuller of Prestige on floor. Javon Jimeno of Capital on parallel bars. Coming up next on parallel bars for Cypress Academy will be Hunter Reingold. Now on parallel bars for Cypress Academy, Hunter Reingold. Dr. Reingold of Cypress Academy on parallel bars. This concludes competition in the fourth rotation. Gymnasts may now advance to their fifth event in the 2026 Xfinity U.S. Gymnastics Championships. Gymnasts may now begin the warm-up for rotation 5.
birthday. She know what's up. Okay, girl, get it.
Two rotations remaining on the first of 2 days of competition for junior men at the 2026 Xfinity U.S. Gymnastics Championships. Let's take a look at the top three in each of the all-around competitions in the 16-year-old division. Currently in third place, Jason Howe of Capital, Virginia. In second place for Lakeshore Gymnastics, Bo McCrae. And leading the way with a 54.791 in the all-around for Evo, Elijah Connor. And among the 17-year-olds, currently in third place for Gym World, Peyton Borner. In second place for Prestige, Brody Schuller. And leading the way with a top score of 52.52 in the all-around for Cypress Academy, Hunter Egan. This concludes the warm-up, and competition resumes with the start of rotation 5. Starting off on floor for Evo, Elijah Connor. On pommel horse for Integrity, Jackson Wilson. On rings for Surgeons Elite, Tyler Malecki. On vault for Nebraska, Daniel Sanjuanico. On parallel bars for 5280, Rocco Aragon. And on high bar for Capital, Jason Howe. Daniel Sanjuanico of Nebraska on vault. Coming up next on vault for Oklahoma, Jesse Haney. Rocco Aragon of 5280 on parallel bars. Up next on P-bars for HGA, Andres Aranda. Jason Howe of Capital on high bar. Up next on high bar for Cypress will be Hunter Egan. Tyler Malecki of Surgeons Elite on rings. Up next on rings for top contenders, Thomas Bell. Elijah Connor of Evo on floor. Coming up next on floor for Premier West, Vanden Hake. Jesse Haney of Oklahoma on vault. Up next on vault for Gym Olympica, Nixon Miles. Jackson Wilson of Integrity Athletics on pommel horse. Up next on pommels for Scats, Hayden Brown. Now on high bar for Cypress Academy, Jason Howe for Capital. Nixon Miles of Gym Olympica on vault.
Let's go. Come on.
Jason Howe of Capital on high bar. Up next on high bar for Cypress Academy will be Hunter Egan.
You're good. Come on, kid. Keep working, Andre. Let's go.
Up next on vault for Nebraska will be Ty Herzing.
Come on, kid. Keep working. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Come on. Get home. Come on.
Thomas Bell of Top Contenders on rings. Up next on rings for Xfinity, Elijah Gutierrez. Andres Aranda of HGA on parallel bars. Up next on P-bars for South Lake will be Tenoch Diaz. Now on vault for Nebraska, Ty Herzing. Ty Herzing of Nebraska on vault. Up next on vault for Gym Olympica will be Yotam Gabe. Aiden Brown of Scats on pommel horse. Coming up on pommels for mini hops will be Dean Murray. Now on floor for Evo, Brock Strickland. Yotam Gabe of Gym Olympica on vault. Now on pommel horse for mini hops, Dean Murray. Now on rings for Infinity, Elijah Gutierrez. Hunter Egan of Cypress Academy on high bar. Coming up on high bar for Texas Dreams will be Simon Pochinka. Dean Murray of mini hops on pommel horse. Up next on pommels for Momentum will be Abe Stewart. Tenoch Diaz of South Lake on parallel bars. Coming up next on P-bars for 5280, Mason Martin. Elijah Gutierrez of Infinity on rings. Up next on rings for Top Contenders, Nico Macario. Now on pommel horse for Momentum, Abe Stewart. For Top Contenders, Nico Macario. Simon Pochinka of Texas Dreams on high bar. Up next on high bar for Gym USA will be Ilya Danilchenko.
Mason. Let's go. Good. Again. Big top.
Nico Macario of Top Contenders on rings. Coming up next on rings for Gym Tech will be London Norris.
Tight, Mace. Come on. Work. Good, Mason. Come on. Let's go. 1, 2. Please.
Now on high bar for Gym USA, Ilya Danielchenko. Mason Martin of 5280 on parallel bars. Finn Boatman of Evo on floor. Coming up next on floor for Evo will be Keegan Shemluck. Ilya Danielchenko of Gym USA on high bar. Up next on high bar for USA Flares will be Caden Salado. Now on pommel horse for Nova, Joshua Nunez. Now on rings for Gym Tech, London Norris. Floor for Evo, Keegan Shemluck. Joshua Nunez of Nova on pommel horse. Up next on pommels for mini hops will be Asher Corbett. Coming up on parallel bars for HGA, Dominic Camareno. London Norris of Gym Tech on rings. Coming up next on rings for Alpha will be JJ Packing. That was Dominic Camareno of HGA on parallel bars. Keegan Shemluck of Evo on floor. Coming up next on floor for GTC of Ohio, Simon McEwen. Caden Saldano. Caden Salado of USA Flares on high bar. Up next on high bar for Capital will be Javon Jimeno. Coming up next on parallel bars for Alamo, Diego Quiroz. Now on floor for GTC of Ohio, Simon McEwen. Now on high bar for Capital, Javon Jimeno. Now on rings for Alpha, J.J. Packwing. Now on parallel bars for Alamo, Diego Quiroz. Simon McEwen of GTC Ohio on floor. Devon Jimeno of Capital on high bar.
Easy from here. You've done this so many times.
J.J. Packwin of Alpha on rings. That was Diego Quiroz of Alamo on parallel bars. Coming up on floor for Evo will be Jake Wazolik. Coming up next on parallel bars for Lake Shore will be Bo McCrae. Asher Corbett of Mini Hops on pommel horse. Up next on pommels for Prestige will be Brody Scholler. Now on high bar for Cyprus, Hunter Reingold. Hunter Reingold of Cypress Academy on high bar. Up next on high bar for Gym World will be Peyton Borner. Wazolik of Evo on floor. Now on parallel bars for Lake Shore, Bo McCrae. Now on high bar for Gym World, Peyton Borner. Brody Schuler of Prestige on pommel horse. Coming up next on pommels for Team Legacy will be William Rebar. Bo McCrae of Lakeshore Gymnastics on parallel bars. Peyton Border of Gym World on High Bar. William Rebar of Team Legacy on Pommel Horse. This concludes competition in the 5th rotation. Gymnasts may now advance to their 6th and final event on the first day of competition of the 2026 Xfinity U.S. Gymnastics Championships. Gymnasts may now begin to warm up for rotation 6.
creepy lasagna! Radmila Mikusa! Hello!
Oh. Summon same-day Wi-Fi for instant online magic and lock in your price for 5 years. Xfinity. Imagine that. And see Minions and Monsters only in theaters. Rated PG.
Taking a quick look now at who's doing exceptionally well on the first day of the 2026 Xfinity U.S. Gymnastics Championships. Here are your leaders in the all-around, starting with the competition among 16-year-olds. In third place for Team Legacy, it's William Rebar. In second place for Lakeshore, Bo McCrae. And leading the way with an all-around of 67.852, it's Evo's Elijah Connor. And for the 17-year-olds, currently in third place for Evo, Jake Wazolik. In second place for Evo, Keegan Shemluck. And leading the contest among 17-year-olds with a 62.38 in the all-around for Gym Tech, Landon Norris. This concludes the warm-up, and competition resumes with the start of rotation 6. Starting off on floor for Cypress Academy, Hunter Egan. On pommel horse for Premier West, Vanden Hake. On rings for Scats, Hayden Brown. On vault for top contenders, Thomas Bell. On parallel bars for University of Oklahoma, Jesse Haney. And on high bar for HGA, Andres Aranda. Thomas Bell of top contenders on vault. Up next on vault for Infinity will be Elijah Gutierrez. Vanden Hake of Premier West on pommel horse. Up next on pommels for Evo will be Brock Strickland. Jesse Haney of Oklahoma on parallel bars. Up next on P-bars for Gym Olympica, Nixon Miles. Hunter Egan of Cypress Academy on floor. Hayden Brown of Scats on rings. Coming up next on floor for Texas Dream, Simon Pochinka. And up next on rings for mini hops will be Dean Murray. Elijah Gutierrez of Infinity on vault. Coming up next on vault for top contenders, Nico Macario. Andres Aranda of HGA on high bar. Up next on high bar for South Lake will be Tenoch Diaz. Brock Strickland of Evo on pommel horse. Coming up next on pommels for Evo, Finn Boatman. Nico Macario of top contenders on vault. Coming up next on vault for Gym Tech, London Norris.
Come on! Got it, Nick. Come on, Nixon! Push it! Let's go, Nixon! Come on, Nick! Let's go! Come on, all the way! Come on! Yep. Yes! All right!
Dixon Miles of Gym Olympica on parallel bars. Up next on P-bars for Nebraska will be Ty Herzing. Simon Puchinka of Texas Dreams on floor. London Norris of Gym Tech on vault. Coming up on floor for Gym USA, Ilya Denilchenko. Up next on vault for Alpha, JJ Packwing. Diaz of South Lake on high bar. Dean Murray of mini hops on rings. Ben Boatman of Evo on pommel horse.
Let's go, Ty. Let's go, Ty.
Now on parallel bars for Nebraska, Ty Herzing. Coming up next on high bar for 5280 will be Mason Martin. Up next on rings for momentum, Abe Stewart. Coming up on pommel horse for Evo, Keegan Shemla.
Hit it. Nice. Yes. Come on, Ty. Come on, Ty.
JJ Packwing of Alpha on vault.
Landing, Ty. Come on. Ty.
Up next on vault for Surgeons Elite will be Tyler Malecki.
Yes, Ty.
Ty Herzing of Nebraska on parallel bars. Now on high bar for 5280, Mason Martin. Up next on parallel bars for Gym Olympica, Yotam Gabe. Keegan Shemlock of Evo on pommel horse. Up next on pommels for GTC Ohio, Simon McEwen. Ilya Denilchenko of Gym USA on floor. Up next on floor for US Flares will be Caden Salado. Mason Martin of 5280 on high bar. Abe Stewart of Momentum on rings. Tyler Malecki of Surgeons Elite on vault. Coming up next on rings for Nova will be Joshua Nunez. Coming up next on high bar for HGA, Dominic Camarena.
Wait, Troy, have you gone?
Now on parallel bars for Gym Olympica, Yotam Gabe. Now on floor for US Flares, Caden Salado. Now on high bar for Alamo, Diego Heroes. Now on rings for Nova, Joshua Nunez. Yotam Gabe of Gym Olympica on parallel bars. Up next on P-bars for Nebraska will be Daniel Sanjuanico. Joshua Nunez of Nova on rings. Now on pommel horse for GTC, Simon McEwen. Hayden Salado of U.S. Flares on floor. Simon McEwen of GTC on pommel horse. Up next on pommels for Evo will be Jake Wazolik. Coming up on floor for Capital will be Javon Jimeno. Up next on rings for mini hops will be Asher Corbett. Now on rings for mini hops, Asher Corbett. Now on pommel horse for Evo, Jake Wazolik. Now on parallel bars for University of Nebraska, Daniel Sanjuanico. Asher Corbett of mini hops on rings. Coming up on rings for Prestige will be Brody Schuler. Daniel Sanjuanico of Nebraska on parallel bars. Now on high bar for HGA, Dominic Camarena. Now on rings for Prestige, Brody Schuler. That's Diego Quiroz of Alamo on high bar. Coming up next on high bar for Lakeshore will be Bo McCray. Javon Jimeno of Capital on floor. Elijah Connor of Evo on pommel horse. Brody Schuler of Prestige on rings. Coming up next on floor for Cypress Academy will be Hunter Reingold. Coming up next on rings for Team Legacy will be William Rebar. Now on high bar for Lakeshore, Bo McCray. Now on floor for Cypress Academy, Hunter Reingold. Now on rings for Team Legacy, William Rebar. William Rebar of Team Legacy on rings. Bo McRae of Lakeshore on high bar. Up next on rings for Integrity will be Jackson Wilson. Coming up next on high bar for 5280, Rocco Aragon. Hunter Reingold of Cypress Academy on floor. Up next on floor for Gym World, Peyton Borner. Now on high bar for 5280, Rocco Aragon. Now on rings for Integrity, Jackson Wilson. Jackson Wilson of Integrity on rings.
Go, get it. Work, work, get. Come on. Maybe a hold, kid, let's go. Go on. Yes!
Rocco Aragon of 5280 on high bar. Now on floor for Gym World, Peyton Borner. Peyton Borner of Gym World on floor. This concludes day one of Junior Elite Men's Competition at the 2026 Xfinity U.S. Championships. Please join us in recognizing all of these talented gymnasts for their outstanding efforts today. Thank you, judges, for all of your hard work and dedication. Fans, make plans to join us this evening for the first session of the Senior Elite Men's Competition. Doors will open at 6 p.m. And tomorrow, come on back to cheer on Junior Elite Women and Senior Elite Women in the afternoon with more Senior Elite Women competition later on in the evening session. For a full list of events, visit XfinityChampionships.com. It's all happening here at the 2026 Xfinity U.S. Championships. Until then, safe travels, everyone.